Welcome to this episode of the EDJ Whitetails. Thanks so much for tuning in. We always appreciate that. What's in this bucket? Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. What's in this bucket? Well, about a week ago, we did a video about hinge cuts and the benefits of that and the bedding areas you can create. Well, when I talked about that, I also talked about Timothy hay seed, canary grass, reed canary grass seed, and canary grass seed. Well, I'm going to show you today what I did with this bucket, and I'm going to show you what is all entailed in there. Let me flip the camera here. So as you can see, I got my Gamekeeper's cedar right there. So first up, we'll show you what's in the bucket. The suspense is killing you all, I know it, but there's a mix. I went and everything that I'm going to show you the tags of, I mixed up in this bucket this morning. Nice dry bucket. Don't have any foreign material in there or something. When you have a bucket, I always have a lid. This is my seed mixing bucket, basically full time. When it's done here today, it'll go up in the attic of the garage. I just got done seeding my food plots with clover, and there's a reason I did this part second, because I don't want any of this. Basically what I have here is a bucket of weed seed. I don't want any of this near my food plots. So I did the clover first, and since I'm going to use the same cedar, I don't care if a little bit of clover gets in this bottom, but I certainly don't want weeds on the food plot. So with that being said, we did this, or I'm doing this, second. So as you look across, here's our river bottom. And on all the little high spots back here, if you look back on last week's video, I made the hinge cuts and went in an attempt to thicken things up. And now while those hinge cuts will be very thick and they'll grow vertical stems coming up off of that main trunk and be very, very thick, I want to add to it. And since this is a really swampy area, what I know grows well in here, reed canary grass for one, because there is a pile of it in this property. Check your local state regulations before you go all in with reed canary grass. There are some states that they don't want it planted. Iowa is not one of them. We've got it everywhere, so there's really not any stopping it. And a lot of times if you order reed canary grass seed, if you reside in a state that does not allow it, they will not ship it to you. They won't sell it to you. So I also, with the reed canary grass, mixed in, well, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the tags. So here is our main ingredient, Palatation reed canary grass. I picked this up from Albert Lee Seed Company out of Minnesota, and that got here really fast. I was very surprised that I ordered that and had it here as quick as I did. Now this next one, I was looking up online for reed canary grass, and I found this, and it said canary seed. And me being me, I saw a good cost-effective price there. I ordered it, and then I got to thinking, it's like, I bet that is feed for canary birds, which I think it is. But we mixed it in with this mix. If it grows, it grows. If it don't, it don't. What I did research on that canary seed is it's not like the reed canary that'll get 2 to 4 feet tall, even maybe a little taller. This will stay more in that 2-foot range, which is fine. It did say that it will grow by all research that I did. So that's just one of those stupid moves. Know what you are after before you hit buy now. So And then we also have 2 pounds of Climax Timothy grass by CZ Grain. Again, this is another eBay purchase, and the reason I went with Timothy grass is it's used a lot of times in waterways throughout Iowa, in amongst the cornfields. And again, this is a swampy area. I feel like this will do well in this kind of environment, and that's mixed in there as well. And as I was getting my Gamekeeper's cedar down out of the garage attic last night, I came across, lo and behold, it was in this seed bucket, something I had forgotten about. I actually had Egyptian wheat seed that is left over. The bag says 2023, but I actually used to use this as screening around the main food plots the first couple years that I did that I grew food plots, because it was so open out there and we hadn't really had much for trees or anything in the area yet. And that Egyptian wheat seed gets really tall. I think it gets up to 6 feet tall, and it has a head on it. It is forage for the birds, so hey, all along the river bottom here, might as well. And it'll be outstanding cover with that kind of height. So I threw it in the mix. We're gonna put it in the Gamekeeper's cedar, and we're gonna get going. Now I'm gonna go just on all the high spots in here, and it's probably gonna take me a while, but I've had the whole day in here to work and I'm enjoying it. So we'll get this seeded and we'll wrap this up. All right, so as you can see, I got the bucket dumped into our Gamekeeper's cedar, and I'm on my first high spot in here, and I know this will work around in kind of a horseshoe, and I'll make my way all the way down through all the hinge cuts. And I'm just gonna go at a setting of 1 to start with, because I've got really small seed, I've got really big seed, and I wanna make sure I cover everything, just get a nice, easy coverage, because I can always walk back and do the same thing over. So, gonna start in here. I'll spare you the seeding, but maybe a little bit, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, so I'm in different attire. It's now 39 degrees outside. When I went to go seeding in the river bottom, I made it a little ways, and I had done so much filming that day, my battery died on the camera. So finishing this up a few days later, I finished the seeding that day, but finishing the video up a few days later, throughout hinge cuts, if you do those in your own property, it doesn't hurt to add. Like I said, we had the Timothy hay, we had the switchgrass, we had the canary grass seed. Add that extra habitat and forage, and it's going to benefit you for your bedding area. It's going to help your hunting. So for the EDJ Whitetails, I'm Eric Johnston. Remember to always have extra batteries. If you have one, you have none. So remember that. Until next time, get outdoors. See you next time.